Please stay tuned after this Trailside program for an exciting free gift offer and valuable information on the Trailside Nature Club.
Here in the heart of Utah snow country, they average over 500 inches a year. I'm getting ready to launch some air, as they say, into what is called the greatest snow on Earth. Hi, I'm Peter Whittaker. Join me as we backcountry snowboard and make our own adventure on Trailside!
Trailside is brought to you in part by Chevy Blazer. Next time you're having fun outdoors, make sure Mother Nature has a good day too.
If you like the steeps, lots of dry, fluffy powder, then you've come to the right place. We're here in the Wasatch Mountains, just outside of Salt Lake City, overlooking Big Cottonwood Canyon. We're going to be exploring one of the many side canyons with one of my old guiding buddies. Spent more time in these mountains than anyone I know. Alan Murphy is a backcountry guide and an avalanche awareness instructor who has been snowboarding for the last 7 years. He's also the guy who taught me how to snowboard. So let's go catch up with Murph and go over the gear.
Hey!
Hey Murph, how you doing?
Great. How you doing?
Great. How's the winter been?
It's been a pretty good winter.
Yeah, lots of snow?
We've had a fair amount of snow.
How many days you got in on the skis so far?
I got about 35 days or so.
That's not a lot.
But I got 60 days on the snowboard.
So you've been boarding a lot. Not on this, I hope.
No, not on the snurfer.
God, I haven't seen one of these in years.
You remember these old winter sticks from Alta?
Yep, winter stick, you bet. Where do you get these relics?
Well, I got a ski museum I pulled these out of.
Can you imagine trying to use this as a binding?
Well, I'd call that a strap.
That's what it looks like to me, too. How about that?
Well, these skegs were something I guess they used them to make them turn easier, but most people just took them off.
So it really didn't work too well.
Didn't work at all.
Hey, what are you riding these days?
What I've got here, Pete, is what they call a freestyle board. It's got a turned up tip, turned up tail. It's got a nice soft flex. And this is what skateboarders and surfers generally prefer to ride.
Uh-huh. Soft boot, high back binding, probably gives you lots of ankle flexibility.
Yeah, and gives you lots of freedom too. It's good for tricks and stunts.
Right. How about this?
I got a hard boot set up here.
Okay, yeah, this is more similar to what I ride, a carving board. I don't do a lot of tricks or stunts, but I do like to board. And as a skier, this transition was easy for me to make. Hard boot, hard binding, and if you look at this, it looks almost like a ski boot. And in fact, I'll probably be using this out in the backcountry for the next couple days.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Oh yeah, why is that?
I got a little surprise for you.
What's that? We're not going to be riding the snurfers out there, are we?
No, we're not riding the snurfers.
Okay. Whether you're riding hard or soft, point is to have fun. Get some equipment, a little bit of instruction, and go for it. Murph, let's head out. Now check this guy out. That's how I want to ride.
You're almost there, Pete.
I don't know, I feel like I'm stuck on this plateau I can't get off of. Why don't you take me through the basics again? Hey, what's that about?
There you are, your snowboard stance. Your right foot back, so your left foot forward.
Well, I know what my stance is. You can also slide across a wood floor in socks and determine that, but take me through some more basics.
Well, let me review a couple of things. First of all, you want to keep your upper body facing down the fall line. You want to keep your knees flexible and keep your hands out in front where you can see them.
Okay, that makes sense. If anything, I feel like sometimes I'm standing too upright, so get a little bit lower.
Get lower and remember to keep those knees flexible.
Okay.
Also, there's a couple of things on turning. There's two ways to turn a snowboard. You can pivot it back and forth like this on the flats, or you can put it up on its edge and carve it.
Okay.
Just like an alpine ski. Most snowboarders use a combination of both skills.
Great, let's go for a ride.
Okay, Pete, let's work on those pivot turns. Work on really sliding that board back and forth.
So really kind of counter-rotate and
Yeah, counter-rotate your upper body. Pivot those turns. Good. Real good. Okay, Pete, let's try a little carving now.
Okay.
I'm going to slide in front of you.
Okay.
Pick up some speed. Remember to keep your hands out in front like I was telling you.
This feeling great. I think I got it. Let's head on back and pack it up.
Good.
When heading out in the backcountry, it's important to gather as much information as possible. A great place to start is by getting a local weather forecast and calling the Avalanche Forecast Center. If you haven't taken an avalanche awareness course, go with somebody that has.
Hey, Pete.
Hey, Murph.
I called the forecast center. Sounds like the storm front's on its way.
Well, it's starting to look like it.
Here's your transceiver.
Good. I've got the food here, Murph. I'll just throw it in my pack if you want to grab the tent.
No tent, Pete.
No tent? Snow saw? Are you building an igloo?
Got it.
Is this one of your surprises?
That's one of my surprises, but here's my big surprise.
What is that?
This is the split decision backcountry snowboard.
That thing's wild looking. Got a free heel for going uphill.
And it splits apart.
Great. Skins on the back. This thing's unbelievable. How does it ride, though?
Rides great. All you have to do is, when you get to the top, you just slide the bindings around and put them on these other pucks, and you're ready to go, just like a snowboard.
All right, let's roll.
Is your transceiver on?
Yep. How about you?
Yep, mine's on.
All right, let's hit it. Hey, these things are sweet. If we were snowshoeing here, we'd be working hard.
Yeah, these things really slide nice. How are your skin sticking, Pete?
Actually working pretty good. Setup is great.
Just let me know if I cut this track too steep for you.
I was hoping there maybe drop packs and get a couple runs in.
Sounds good.
How's this go back together?
It's really pretty simple. You take the two halves, slide them together like this,
The binding?
and take the binding, slip it on the pucks like that, and slip the pin through, and then pop this clip over.
Now it's starting to look like a snowboard.
What took you so long, Pete?
Those were pretty tight trees. The snow's getting a lot heavier too. I mean, it's just a little tougher for me.
What'd you think of the board?
I think it rides well, but again, it's tough to say. I mean, look at the snow. It's starting to pick up a lot of moisture.
I think you'll notice a big difference when we get up high. The snow's going to be a lot lighter and the board's going to work a lot better in that kind of snow.
How's yours feeling?
Great.
All right, I'll follow you.
Looks like we got a great site for an igloo up ahead, Pete.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. Is there enough room?
Yeah, we got plenty of room, and we got a good place to quarry our ice blocks for the igloo over there. We got some nice mature trees here. Looks like we'll be out of the wind.
Yeah, this looks great. A little bit of work. Maybe put the door out towards that end. Be fine.
Well, let's take our packs off and get started. I'm going to stomp out the perimeter of the igloo.
Okay, sounds good.
I think we'll put the entrance tunnel over here.
All right.
Why don't you grab your shovel and start removing snow from the inside of the circle here.
Okay. How big are you gonna make her?
Oh, just a little bit bigger than me and you.
All right, so this is one wall here.
Yeah.
Another one here. That looks actually pretty good
That looks
size,
great.
right?
I think initially, yeah, we'll start quarrying blocks from the inside here. So let's remove some of this loose snow from the top.
All right. Go down what, a foot or so?
Yeah, let's go down a foot.
Building an igloo is a lot of fun, but also a lot of work. Having the right tools is really important. I've dug an igloo before with a shovel. It just doesn't work as well as with a snow saw. With the saw, you want to make sure you cut the block all the way around so it pops out without too much difficulty.
Next block.
These spring conditions are ideal for cutting blocks.
Thanks, Pete.
How's it going in there?
Ah, it's going good. Why don't you help me slide this in?
Okay, just hold it.
Hold it for a second. Let me give this a cut down here.
That angle looks great.
Give that a tap here while I hold this. All right,
Good.
looks good.
All set up. How are we looking on our angle? Are we going to close the roof in without getting too high?
I think we're going to be fine here.
Hey Murph, you ready for that last block?
Yeah, put it in, Pete.
You want it in there or up top?
Why don't you put it in from the outside?
Okay, coming at ya. I cut it, but you might have to turn it a little. There you go. Good.
Give it a few taps.
Okay. All right.
That looks good.
That does it. Getting settled in.
Yeah, I'm getting real comfortable in here.
Yeah, we did a pretty good job on this thing.
You know, Pete, I don't know why you were so opposed to building an igloo.
I don't think it was the idea of building an igloo as much the fact that I was going to be carrying the food and you weren't going to be carrying the tent.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, tomorrow I'll carry lunch.
Okay. It's really warming up in here just with our body heat.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea if you cut a couple of holes for ventilation.
Okay. Probably right. We're not cooking inside, but a little more airflow is always a wise thing.
How about a cup of Joe?
You bet.
Pete, this is a big wide open slope above us here.
Yeah? What do you say we kind of traverse left, tuck in underneath the ridge there and avoid the big open slope?
I think that'd be good.
Sun's starting to heat things up, huh?
Yeah, it's getting warm.
Determining the snowpack stability in the backcountry is crucial. Murph's over here digging a hasty or quick pit to establish what this particular slope is doing. Since we'll be boarding on a lot of different slopes over the next couple of days, we'll be digging quite a few of these. What do you see, Murph?
Looks like we've got a strong spring snowpack with several melt freeze layers, as you can see here. On top of that, we have 6 inches of light density snow, which should make for some real good riding. I think because of the strong snowpack, we'll be able to rip some of those big slopes together.
Sounds great. Even though it is a stable snowpack, Murph and I will maintain good backcountry habits. By those, I mean we'll move quickly across wide open slopes, stick on ridge lines, and whenever possible, utilize islands of safety, a rock outcropping, maybe a group of trees that we can tuck in behind for more protection. Earlier in the week, I caught up with Greg Puckett, Director of Snow Safety at Solitude Ski Area, and we took a closer look at an avalanche. Hey, thanks for meeting me out this morning here, Greg.
How you doing, Pete?
How much snow we pick up last night at Solitude?
Got about 8 inches of snow overnight and northwest winds 20 to 30 miles per hour.
High winds, new snow, sounds like avalanche conditions to me.
Yeah, we're probably going to see about a 10-inch soft slab.
When I was ski patrolling, we threw a lot of hand charges. You still doing the same thing out here?
Yep, got the same thing. It's a Penlite hand charge. It's 2 pounds, equivalent of about 8 sticks of dynamite.
Now, you can get those through a local convenience store?
I don't think so, Pete. But this is what the guys up on the routes will be carrying today. In fact, we can go watch some explosive testing right now out in the honeycomb.
Great.
Yeah. Okay, this is shot 11, Pete. They've got it in the hole. It should go off any second now. And we'll see a nice plume come over those cliffs. The rest of the area is open. We're just finishing up with our control work.
So basically, you're trying to get them to come down. When you've got it controlled, the area is closed, you make sure there's no one underneath them.
There it goes.
There she goes.
It should come ripping through the rocks here in a minute.
Okay. All right, there it is.
Yeah,
woo!
Nice free fall there, little plume.
Yeah.
It's about 10% density snow, so it's semi-dry.
So in terms of avalanches, this is on the lower side of moderate. It's not a real big slide, just a lot of dust and powder.
Just on there's a lot of ridge loading today, you know, from the winds, and that was about we call that about a large class 2 for that slide path. And that's 2 out of 5.
Definitely.
So 5 is a climax avalanche.
Looked like big enough to push you around, though, huh?
That would have definitely would have hurt somebody. Pretty good results there, Eric. Why don't we move on into 15?
Should we go out and take a look at it?
Yeah, we can check out the debris. Even with a small storm like this, we still were able to get a pretty big avalanche out of it.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of debris on the road here, probably 4 or 5 feet. Definitely enough to bury someone.
Yeah, you know, Pete, after every storm, we have 20 to 30 patrolmen out here working to minimize the hazard.
In the ski area, it's called avalanche control work. You have ski patrolmen that are bringing down avalanches like this to minimize the risk. In the backcountry, it's called slope evaluation and assessment. There are no snow safety experts to take care of you. In essence, you're on your own. Let's start our route down here. We'll work our way up underneath those little trees. And then from there, maybe just straight up into the rocks. That's a great island of safety there.
Good. Then from there, let's traverse across that avalanche debris to those 2 trees, keeping good spacing between us.
Yeah, that slope looks great. Fall line from there, good snow. Let's go get it.
Okay, Pete, you can come across now.
Okay, I'm coming.
The snow feels a lot better over here.
You sure this is gonna be worth it?
You bet. This is a great ridgeline, huh?
Have you boarded this before, Murph?
Yeah. You'll like this shot, Pete. It's got a nice drop to it.
The snow looks excellent. Let's go for it, Al.
That was great.
Yes. Yeah. Woo-hoo! Out here in the backcountry, you've got to earn your turns. You get your heart pumping on the climb up and the adrenaline rushing on the way down. But the real payoff is being out here getting first tracks with a friend like Murph. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you out here on the next Trailside. Hey Murph, wait up!
Available now, the complete series of Trailside illustrated guides, hiking and backpacking, bicycling, kayaking, cross-country skiing, and fly fishing. To purchase, call 1-800-TRAILSIDE, 1-800-872-4574.
Pete, you got to keep making turns, buddy.
The home video of this program, as well as other programs in the Trailside series, is available for $19.98 plus shipping and handling by calling 1-800-TRAILSIDE, 1-800-872-4574. Trailside is brought to you in part by Chevy Blazer. Next time you're having fun outdoors, make sure Mother Nature has a good day too.
Hang on, Murph, I'm coming down!
Chevy Blazer, the only sport utility vehicle with a driver control system. It's nice to know it's there.
Trailside, the longest-running outdoor how-to television series, invites you to join the new Trailside Nature Club. Call the number on your screen and join today, and you'll receive a free Trailside guide or an award-winning video. Call now and receive a full-year subscription to the outdoor magazine of your choice. Up to 50% savings at over 1,400 hotels, airline discount coupons, discounts on gear and gear repair, and much, much more. The Trailside Nature Club. Become a member today.